Greetings, welcome to 3 Lanes number 19. This time, I'm not gonna do a research topic like I usually do, but I'm gonna allow myself to ramble a little more. Uh, there's a couple subjects that I want to touch, and they're basically related to the car industry. One is the VW bus, and the other one is purchasing a new car in the current times. And these kind of like go hand in hand. You know, me and my wife were looking for a new car. And sorry, I'm getting stuck a little bit, but I'm on my computer while I'm talking. Just wanted to get ready really quick. But we started our search for cars. Okay, and let me explain why we're looking for a new car. We have a Mazda CX-9, but it's a 2014. We bought it used when our kids were born, and this car has been okay. With two kids, it's kind of difficult, and as a parent, I don't know. I don't know what's the reasoning or the arguments. Did I say arguments? Well, I guess I did, but I don't know what the arguments are uh, for SUVs, like pro SUVs. I know SUVs, I guess they're cooler than, I don't know. Some people think, or some people like SUVs better than vans, and I understand why. Every time I see somebody driving a van down the freeway, they're driving so freaking fast most of the time. So my thought process behind van owners is like they just gave up on life, like there might not be car guys, and they just gave in to the parenting life, and and that that's their life now, and they're okay, and they don't care if they live or die on that van. I'm kidding, obviously, but that's the thought process that goes behind me, because those guys are zooming by, man. If you see them on the freeway, those guys are driving crazy. Uh, but sorry, I'm getting distracted again with typing something. I just wanted to have the information in front of me. But yes, I was saying vans. Uh, I was on that camp when my kids were born. I did not. I don't think I even wanted an SUV. Uh, SUVs, they all pretty much look the same. They're like a big blob, of car. Yeah, some are sportier than others, like Porsches and whatever. But at the end of the day, they're all like mom cars, it feels like. And nothing against moms. It's just like the term, right? Sometimes women are more car enthusiasts than guys. That's for sure. But it's just like the soccer mom stereotype in everybody's head. And it could be a soccer dad, right? It doesn't have to be a woman. It can be a guy too that likes driving SUVs. I've seen him. But yeah, so we bought that CX-9 thinking, okay, we're gonna have space. We had a dog, so my mom spent a lot of time with us, and the plan was for her to stay with us, well, when the kids were born, just to help us take care of them. But so we bought that CX-9. It was let's see, it is because we still have it. 3, 6, 8 seater, right? Because the middle is not captain seats, and that car has served us very well. We bought it with 40,000 miles, and right now it has like 114,000. Quite a bit, but it's every time we got on it, it was like we bought it as a compromise because it was not exactly something that we were looking for. But at the time, we didn't want to spend on a new car. We had two a few month old babies, and my wife's previous car was a Corolla, so we decided to sell that one and get this Mazda CX-9. The infotainment system, not the best. It does the job, but the sound quality can be improved. Other than that, the car reliability is great. It has served us very well. Um, but now it was time, to get rid of it. My mom's just getting it's not she's not getting any younger, and she's been having some health complications. So behind my thought process, I don't think I communicated this well to my wife, but my thought process was a smaller, not smaller car, but like not as tall, a car that's not as tall, easier to get in and get out, easy for the kids to get in and get out, something that would be more convenient. And uh 2 years ago, we went to LA and we rented a van, a Pacifica. And let me tell you, that Pacifica changed my mind. Uh, that car was so convenient. It was a gas saver because it was a hybrid. We were in LA for 5 days, and I think we barely touched a quarter of a tank and stuck in LA traffic for the most part. It was not like highway driving, like I'm gonna go fast like a 60, 70. No, it was peak traffic time. It was bumper to bumper a lot of times, except in the mornings when we would go mid morning somewhere, right? Just touristing LA. But heading back home like at 5, 7 p.m., it's traffic. But we put like $15 to fill up the car for 5 days of driving. It was great. The kids were in and out of the car super quick. My mom would get in and get out super fast because it's a shorter car, and the sliding doors were so convenient. The space in the front for the front two seats is huge. It was great. It was great. I had no complaints. That changed my mind. But now we're looking for a car, and we started with the idea of an electric car. So we were having issues with, yeah, the Mazda was having a tune-up. Actually, it was having a tune-up done, and we used that car all the time. So we rented a Tesla to see how it was to live with an electric car. And we got the car, I think, I don't know if it was with almost like 20% battery. We charged it until 80%, and it was like, again, $16. Maybe the Pacific was like $30. Sorry. No, it couldn't have been that much. Well, let's say the Pacifica was like 20, $30, and then the Tesla was like $16 to charge. The Tesla was also so convenient. You get in, and the car is already like ready to go. In that respect, is great. The only thing is the doors, right? You have to open the doors, and with kids, they open the doors. They don't give a crap. They just swing the door out, and they might be able to hit a car if you're not careful. So every time I get them out, I try to like hold the door and open the door for them, so that doesn't happen. And honestly, it has never happened except at home when they open the door, and they might hit a like a bush or something. Nothing that's gonna scratch the car. But they've learned fast, so that's not a huge issue. But I'm not saying that it cannot happen. It can definitely happen depending how your kids are. So we started with electric SUVs, and we test drove the Honda Prologue. That was cool. You would get the job done, but we felt like it would be a compromise. It would be compromising again, kind of like buying the CX-9 all over again. Yeah, the infotainment system and the sound is better, but it would be similar. The driving experience was not the same, and with an SUV, I would expect the driving experience to be a little better. The second one we drove was the EV9, the Kia EV9. That car was nice inside and outside. Acceleration was not bad at all, but the price tag was kind of high. It was around 60K. So it was like, oof, man, this is way above our budget. And honestly, we're thinking about leasing because we were not convinced of the residual value or the resale value of an electric car. Because the way I see them almost like cell phones. You switch them every so often, mainly because the software uh, might be, or the hardware might not support the software so good, and all that stuff. I know it's the same with gas cars, but I don't know. I feel like reliability in batteries might not be the same as in internal combustion engines. So that I don't know. There's kind of like still room to prove for this new electric cars, right? And if we talk microeconomics, it's like the residual value of a car. It's not of an electric car. It's not that great after it's done. And you can see with all these Teslas being sold, and they're pretty cheap, convenient. The construction might not be the best, but still pretty convenient. Also Porsches are the Taycan. Those are selling way cheaper than brand new. But the point of the story is I want to make the point of the story that I'm trying to get at is the VW ID bus, and we test drove that one. We were leaving, I think it was Kia, and I made the executive decision to stop the car and stop at Volkswagen. I'm a Volkswagen fan guy. I mean, I don't like where the spot that they're in right now. And we went to test drive the VW bus. And that car is nice. It looks nice. Interior is great. If you get one of the first editions, they call them, some of those bring a bench in the back that you can get out, and the two seats in the back you can take them out, and technically have like a picnic bench or chairs and table there. It was cool. Honestly, it was really really cool. But the way Volkswagen, or the Volkswagen dealerships around here, at least, the way they're selling them, you as the customer pay the higher price for it when it comes to a lease. And the way I approach a lease, I don't know. You can voice your opinion if you want, but the way I approach the lease is the residual value should be higher than what I'm paying for in the lease. And in this case, it was not the case. And the price tags were super high. They were adding a bunch of markup for the buses. I think the price tag might have been around the same, like 60, and they were going for like 70 or almost 80 sometimes, $80,000, which is insane to me. So, Volkswagen came back, we'll give it to you as MSRP, but the price is way too high. I mean, I don't know what goes into building the car, and I've heard, because I don't know the numbers behind it, but I've heard that dealerships don't make a lot of money, or they don't have a lot of margin when selling new cars. But yeah, in this sense, and from learning from what Volkswagen means, and the creation of the Mark One Golf, how or the Beetle, how they were created to be like the people's car and be affordable, and be able to support a family, and move them left and right, meaning the car was created for two kids and two adults without compromising, right? That's what I mean when I say support a family. This ID Buzz doesn't strike me the same, and I'm kind of like piggybacking on the humble mechanic. He posted a YouTube video about pretty much the same, kind of like ranting about it. And I'm kind of piggybacking on that, a little late, but if you haven't seen his video, he's a diehard VW guy. Probably way more than me. I'm not gonna say probably because he's committed, man. He's committed to the mission. But the ID Buzz to me is no longer the people's car. That was one of the things that was my first point that I wanted to discuss. The second one I wanted to discuss is purchasing cars nowadays. And again, I'm recording this in April of 2025, so tariffs are probably already happening. And the thing that I wanted to touch on also is, okay, so uh, giving a step back to my story of getting a new car after the CX-9. So we ended up getting one, but we ended up getting a actually a Toyota Sienna, a van, something that I never thought I was gonna get. But the practicality of a van is so huge, and I don't know what people are gonna say, and if I'm I'm a less of a car guy because I got a van, but man, if you see this Toyota Siennas, I don't know if this model is from like, I don't think it's 2024 and 2025. I think it comes from like 2020. Um, the model that I'm talking about, or like the body shape, but it looks good. No, the 2020 is not the latest one. It looks similar, but it's not. Let's see, 2021. Yeah, 2021 was that refresh where it looks good, man. The Toyota is making them more aggressive. The Kia Carnival looks like an SUV. A lot of times you cannot tell unless you pay attention to the back doors. That those are sliding doors. But yeah, the Toyota Sienna is our new family car. It's convenient, reliable, and nowadays with all the tariffs and stuff, you're gonna have to make a decision if you want a new car, or before tariffs. I would like to say, before tariffs, it was more like if you compare new cars with used cars, especially with the Siennas, more specifically with the Siennas, the price tag is very very similar. So some people say that there's no differences with buying used and buying new, but I would argue that in this case there is, because the infotainment system of the 2025 is definitely better than the 2024. But these hybrid Siennas are really good. So if you want to save gas, I don't think you can go wrong with a hybrid Toyota. We start as an electric car trial with all these cars that we were testing, but we ended up with a Sienna. And what changed our mind? It was a VW bus. We went to check the VW bus thinking, oh, there might be a chance that we can make it happen, but price tag was prohibitive. We couldn't do it. But then we saw the sliding doors on the VW bus, so we're like, oh, it might be worth checking vans. And here I am. Now I'm a new proud van owner. Now I'm a soccer dad. So there we go. Toyota Sienna for the win. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy my rambling. This is 3 Lanes 18. If I decide to post this one, thank you so much. Let me know what you think. I appreciate your time. See you next time.